So today I want to share some life lessons I've learned that have made me a happier person. Some have to do with how I relate to myself, others about how I relate to other people, but overall, it's just helped me increase my happiness game, so I thought it might be helpful and I should share. So the first one is be patient with yourself. I feel like we live in a very, very impatient world. We are used to instant gratification, next day shopping, instantaneous streaming of any sort of media we want at any time of the day or night. And patience has gone a little bit by the wayside. And I was realizing that this affected not just my expectations of other things, like me getting incredibly frustrated if Netflix loads too slow, but also with myself. I was finding myself impatient when it came to me making habit changes or learning new things. I was just like, why can't I stay with it and stick with it and just be quicker at it? And then I realized, I'm a human being. I'm not like my phone that I can update to new software instantly. Human beings take time to grow and change. We're a lot more like plants that way. You can't really go out and rush along a plant and be like, grow faster, tree. Likewise, I really need to learn to be patient with myself and let myself grow at a healthy pace. And it also made me realize that while we can be quite impatient with things, other people are constantly being impatient with us. Whether that is at work, we work in customer service and customers are notorious for not being very patient. Or maybe our boss is very impatient. Or as a creator, I found myself trying to appease algorithms that want content constantly. And that really contributed a lot to me burning out as a creator because I felt under constant pressure to just go, go, go. And then eventually I realized, you know what? Doing good work takes time. And doing it in a healthy, reasonable way takes even more time. And I need to have boundaries that protect patience and that give me that time that's needed. And this made me change my uploading schedule, and it also made me decide which platforms to focus on, because some platforms' algorithms are a lot more impatient than other platforms' algorithms. But really taking the time that is needed and being patient for things as a positive part of life really helped me reframe how I saw things from, oh, I'm just not doing enough, I'm not doing it fast enough, to wait, no, it's healthy and normal to not be able to do it at this instant rate of the modern world. So lesson number 2 is to be kind to yourself. Now, I tend to be a very perfectionistic, overachieving type A personality with really high expectations and a very critical attitude toward myself when I cannot live up to them. But then I started to realize that this is an incredibly unloving way to treat myself. I would never treat someone else this way. Why was I treating myself this way? And 2, I really had to meditate on Jesus' words about how you have to love your neighbor as yourself, which means you do have to love yourself to have this solid foundation to know how to love another person. And I started to notice that sometimes I would be in a mood, I'd be having a bad day, and I would almost say something very harsh and critical to someone else. And I'd have to stop myself and be like, wait, why? Why are you like this right now? And upon review, I would notice that it was because maybe for the past couple of days, I was being really harsh and critical on myself. And this internal negativity almost became external negativity. I almost started treating someone else as poorly as I had already been treating myself, and they didn't deserve that. I didn't deserve that. Nobody deserved that. So I really started working on how I talk to myself and really commending myself, focusing on my good qualities, assuming the best of me, being proud of my efforts, and really treating myself in that way that all humans deserve to be treated. And this makes life more enjoyable, work more enjoyable, and also much more productive. Love is the greatest motivating force in the universe. So if I want to work at my best and achieve my best, love and positivity is the secret to that versus being harsh and critical. One will motivate me to be all I can be, and the other one is just going to beat me down and make me be like, I've already failed at everything. What is the point? So, the third lesson I learned was to not compare myself to others. Now, I have this tendency to look at other people and I see their strengths and their gifts and all the awesomeness and amazingness they bring to the world. And I sit there and I'm like, I wish I was more like them. They have such a great way of doing this, or they're so talented at that, or they're so pretty in this way. Like, they're so awesome and amazing, and I'm just not. And I would focus so much on their strengths that it completely blinded me to my own strengths. And the truth is that, yeah, I don't have their strengths. I don't have their gifts. I don't have what they have to offer to the world, but that's okay. So something that really helped me with this was meditating on 1 Corinthians chapter 12, where it talks about how God gave us all individual gifts and roles and things to bring to the world. And how we're really supposed to be one body, one big human family that needs each of us to bring the gifts God gave us to contribute to the better of the whole. For example, yeah, those people who I could see their awesomeness and their gifts, God gave them those. But He gave me different ones to contribute, and we're both necessary. That's why some people are artists and some people are mechanical engineers. We need both types of people for human society to run. And I think seeing your own gifts and valuing them and doing your best to contribute what you have is such a more empowering way to look at it. And realizing that, yeah, you're completely different from everyone else. But that makes you even more necessary. You have these unique gifts that you need to contribute. And I don't know, thinking about that really helped me feel better. And when I see other people now, I'm like, yes, they are awesome because God made them awesome. I am also awesome. We are all needed. We're all very necessary. And I definitely think too that realizing that I have these gifts and that I should just do my best to contribute those to the world has helped me feel better about what my gifts are, because sometimes I think I compare my gifts and be like, well, I would be so much helpfuler to everyone if I had that gift, or if I was good at that thing. Like if I was a doctor, I could be out there saving people's lives, but instead I'm a girl who makes videos on the internet. But when I really reframed it and started to think about, like, I am necessary. Like, maybe my role doesn't make as obvious a difference in life as other people's. That doesn't mean that the world doesn't need me and that it doesn't need me to show up exactly as who I am and offer what I have to offer. It's getting so hot in here. Why is it August? It's so hot. The fourth lesson I learned is do not become provoked, or basically don't get angry over a bunch of stuff. It's never good for you. And I think specifically when I watch the news, it can be very easy for me to get angry about stuff because the world, it's full of war and crime and tragedy and injustice. And I think the natural human response to seeing that is anger. And really being long-term angry only is bad for your health. So I realized that I wasn't accomplishing anything by being angry other than ruining my own life and making myself more unhappy. And so I decided to instead focus on positive things, including positive things that I'm actually capable of doing. I can be a loving, kind member of society as much as I possibly can and work on that because that's what I'm capable of doing. And choosing to focus on positive things will make me happier and have better health. So that is my combination. Anyway, those are 4 lessons I've learned that have made me have a much happier life. Let me know in the comments down below. Do you struggle with any of these? What other tips do you have for living a happy life? Let me know in the comments down below. And as always, guys, keep being awesome because you're awesome. Bye!